What's up, guys? I'm at Walmart and I'm trying to figure out what coconut oil to buy. The selection's pretty low because this isn't like super, it's like a medium Walmart. So I just want to show you guys everything you can get and which one I would pick for the coconut oil pulling. So you got your brand, your Walmart brand, extra virgin coconut oil, expeller pressed. That sounds interesting. Then you got a smaller version so you can see the prices too. I've never really seen this one, and it says unrefined non-GMO, so that would be tempting. 11. Oh, it's a 2-pack for 11. Oh no, 2-pack for 20. Oh wow, this one looks pretty good. I've never seen this one. Better body, artificially refined. Wait, naturally refined. All right, guys, you don't want to get refined. That's for cooking, not for coconut oil pulling. This one's not for coconut oil pulling. Non-hydrogenated, no. This one looks good because it says organic, but it says non-hydrogenated. I don't know what the hell. All right, then this looks to be the winner, either this one or this one. Wait, here we go. USDA coconut oil, organic virgin, cold pressed, unrefined. So you're going to be paying $8.92. And it's actually okay to just get one bottle of this like 14 ounce, because the problem with getting something like this type situation is that it might end up actually going bad. So one thing to always look for is look underneath to see if it's like, oh my God, it's going yellow. It's not going yellow. So if you, pretty warm inside here, I guess. So, okay, so you can kind of see how there's like brown coming in. So that's probably not good. Those are okay. Oh, wait. See how good that one looks? See, and look, this is a gloss. This is gloss, guys. Okay, USD organic virgin, cold pressed, unrefined. Okay? And then I guess you can always look at the ingredients and make sure there's nothing else in there. Let's see, where's the ingredients? Oh, there, organic virgin coconut oil. All right, guys, so this is the best for coconut oil pulling. This one says expeller pressed. You want cold pressed. What's this? All-purpose cooking. No. So really the only one that works, the only one. Oops, sorry, guys, my camera. The only one that works is this one. So I'm actually going to get this one because I'm out and I haven't been doing coconut oil pulling.
I think I better leave this place, 'cause I'm about to catch it.
Good for you. Let's talk about it. See, a lot of people on the internet claim a lot of things. And one that I see a lot is oil pulling, or basically swishing your mouth around for like 20 minutes with coconut oil. It's apparently meant to strip all the bad things out of your mouth, whiten your teeth, strengthen everything, fix all your problems, and make you a millionaire or something. Obviously, you can tell with my sarcasm that I am not a big fan of oil pulling. You see, if you really read the research, you know that it really doesn't do anything at all. In fact, they only found that the things that were properly working from it was the mechanical action of swishing the mouth was removing some plaque. What I think is really happening is some people are finally taking an effort to truly clean their teeth, because they're doing the 20 minutes of oil pulling, but then they're brushing and flossing afterwards. Other than that, it's a scam.
Maybe it's supposed to be colder for the machine. A few degrees won't hurt.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the scary movies that made us suspicious of ordinary objects.
Oh no, not misery! Not my misery! No, not my misery!
Number 10, Urban Legend, Drano.
What's wrong? Something you might have heard about mixing pop rocks and soda?
This late 90s offering was chock full of murder scenes ripped right out of modern myths and legends. At one point, the killer corners a frat boy, Parker, in the bathroom. Pouring pop rocks in his mouth, the villain follows them up with not soda, but a drain cleaner chaser.
You're gonna die tonight. Oh, really?
And just to make sure he doesn't miss a drop, the considerate killer uses a funnel to aim it right down Parker's throat. The filmmakers ensure that we got to hear every one of the student's pained gurgles as he swallows the caustic fluid. You'll never look at a bottle of the stuff the same way again. Our stomachs burn just thinking about it.
Let's see. The call's coming from inside the house. Could be an urban legend? Am I right?
Number 9, Leprechaun, Pogo Sticks.
Now we're going to play. Do you want to play with me?
Bouncing on a spring-loaded stilt may not be a particularly efficient method of travel, but this 1993 cult classic showed us it could be a pretty brutal method of murder. Warwick Davis's Leprechaun is way more funny than he is scary. He's constantly going on about his gold and delivering quirky limericks as he indulges in violence and mayhem.
I got you in a bear trap. I'm gonna make you shut it up. I got you in a bear trap. You look like a stupid sap.
He's pretty playful as far as horror villains go, but there's no denying that watching him batter a shop owner to death with a pogo stick, of all things, is unforgettable. If the blood doesn't get you, the crunching of bones probably will.
He'll no time.
Number 8, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, Umbrellas.
I think you'll enjoy this.
Garbage Day isn't the only thing that you have to worry about after seeing this bonkers slasher sequel. Ricky Chapman didn't just inherit his murderous brother's madness, he also inherited his flair for the dramatic.
My old lady couldn't afford to send me to college, so I got a job.
Confronting a lone shark in an alley, Ricky makes do with the nearest possible weapon. He impales the guy right through the stomach with the point of an umbrella. But he's not done. Ricky then opens the umbrella, making his victim look like some sort of deranged peacock. The next time you go out in the rain, maybe grab a poncho instead.
I see no mention of these two incidents in my notes. Oh my God.
Number 7, The Last House on the Left, Garbage Disposals.
Are we there yet?
We are making the turn now.
From carving knife stoves to blenders, if we've learned anything from horror movies, it's that everything in a kitchen is a potential weapon. In the 2009 version of The Last House on the Left, two parents take revenge on one of their daughter's attackers by shoving his hand in a garbage disposal.
We are going to get her to a hospital, okay? We are going to do this.
They're still here. What if they come over here?
If you've ever lived with one of those contraptions, chances are you've wondered exactly what would happen if you've got a finger caught in it. Well, wonder no more, as actor Aaron Paul twitches and screams in agony. It gives you some idea of how that might go. It's a torturous scene just to watch.
All right, bartender. I guess I'll have another hit of that whiskey then.
Number 6, Christine, Cars.
What do you know about that car?
I know that the guy who owned the car before, Arnie.
Yeah.
His daughter choked to death in Christine.
From the trucker in Duel to the maniacal stunt driver in Death Proof, there have been all sorts of scary movies about bad drivers, but Carpenter and writer Stephen King took it a step further by making the car itself the villain. Christine is a fiery red 1958 Plymouth Fury, and that's appropriate.
I'm not going in that car again.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't you blame your choking on Christine.
She's fast, furious, and in one scene, she's even on fire. The inhuman nature of the threat is what makes Christine so haunting. There's not much rhyme or reason to her. She's simply a case of human-made technology turning against us. Christine is an unstoppable hunk of heavy metal and gasoline that can't be reasoned with or understood.
So we got the old rust bucket tonight.
You wanna watch me call my car? It's real sensitive.
Number 5, Scream, Garage Doors.
What movie is this from? I spit on your garage.
The chances of getting trapped in a garage at night by a vicious, horror-loving murderer are low, but never zero. If you were planning on trying to squeeze through a doggy door in that situation, or trying to escape via the main door, forget it. Scream ruined that one for everybody.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
The squirm-worthy sequence where Rose McGowan gets stuck in a slowly rising garage door only to get her head crushed was instantly iconic. But it also made the simple act of walking under an open garage door enough to give us instant chills. Number 4, Final Destination 3, Tanning Beds.
Dude, are we like the only cool people that come here or what? Yeah.
We could do an entire list with this one with only entries from the Final Destination series. After all, who didn't avoid driving behind those big logging trucks after the first sequel? But as far as everyday things go, the tanning salon deaths in the third movie really take the cake.
Sorry, I was too late.
When a bizarre series of coincidences trap them inside their respective machines, we watch as Ashley and Ashlyn are roasted alive due to a malfunction. With its unnatural light and coffin-like shape, there's already something claustrophobic about a tanning bed. This movie just doubles down on everything that makes them creepy to begin with.
We may feel that our lives are not our own, that death controls, frames our lives.
Number 3, The Birds. Birds.
I hardly think a few birds are going to bring about the end of the world.
These weren't a few birds.
This Hitchcock classic plays on the seeming harmlessness of our feathered friends, and the horror that might ensue if they suddenly turned on us. Birds, especially small common ones, aren't typically threatening to humans. That's comforting, seeing as how there are so many of them, and they have the advantage of flight.
Mitch, why are they doing this? The birds?
We don't know, honey.
Why are they trying to kill people?
I wish I could say.
Coordinated attacks like the ones in the movie would normally stretch an audience's suspension of disbelief. It's only director Alfred Hitchcock's mastery of suspense and innovation that makes them utterly terrifying. After watching multiple scenes of gulls and crows attacking schoolchildren, suddenly the otherwise pleasant sound of birds chirping feels like a threat. Number 2, The Ring, VHS tapes.
Have you heard about this videotape that kills you when you watch it? What kind of tape?
DVDs were only just starting to take hold when Hollywood dropped this static-filled nightmare. The Japanese film, The Ring, features a cursed videotape whose viewers die under mysterious and grotesque circumstances a week after watching it. For viewers in 2002, who still probably had dozens of VHS tapes lying around the house, this was a hard one to shake.
He watched the tape.
Who watched it?
Our son.
It was a reminder that anyone could record something and put it on tape, and you might have no idea what was on one until you watched it. Analog horror owes a debt to The Ring, and its Japanese original for keeping VHS technology alive through sheer force of terror.
7 days.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Child's Play, Dolls.
Well, John, it's been fun, but I gotta go. I have a date with a 6-year-old boy.
Chucky was far from the first killer doll. Movies like Trilogy of Terror and Poltergeist had wrung some scares out of the trope before he came along. But something about Chucky's foul mouth, his pre-recorded child's voice, and his viciousness made him an unforgettable villain.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
His height, his clothes, his weird little plastic body, all the things that should have been silly or cute, instead made him that much scarier. It's pretty safe to say Chucky ruined talking dolls for all of us. Even the cutest and most innocent looking ones suddenly had us on our guard and checking for their batteries.
Andy, no, please. We're friends to the end, remember?
This is the end, friend.
What ordinary thing did a horror movie ruin for you? Tell us in the comments.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Yo, so my bad for not uploading the last couple of days. I've had pneumonia for the last garbage. I can't lie. I definitely don't recommend it. It sucks. I was making videos throughout all of it, but the last week flare up a little bit, get a little bit worse. So I had to take some days to just chill and wait until I felt good enough to make a video, which is right now. So I'm making one. Hello. But yeah, it's not gone yet completely. So hopefully in the next few days, I'll be back to 100%. But today's story, it's a good one. I came back with a good one, a long one, one that I've been waiting to tell for quite a while now, and I've just been saving for a special occasion. And it's not really a special occasion. It's August 2nd, 6:28 in the morning when I'm recording this. I have not slept yet. I guess the special occasion is I don't feel like complete ass right this moment, so I'm going to make a video. But today's story time is kind of a bunch of stories in one. It's just ridiculous. So I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's just get into it. So, today's video / story all starts off back in the year of 2017. Now, 2017 was a special year for me. 2017 was the year I was supposed to graduate. Now, I'm sure you all know this, but I did not graduate high school. I quit a couple years early. Don't be like me, stay in school, kids. But yeah, I quit school a couple years early. But the thing about 2017 was that was the year I was supposed to graduate, which means all my friends from high school graduated that year. So they got that freedom that I had for a couple years. So I was finally able to share that freedom with my friends because they graduated and we were all done with school together now. Now in 2017, I was actually living out in LA at this time, but I was going back home a lot to New York, my hometown. And I would do this thing where I'd go to LA for a month and I'd come back to New York for a month and I would just kind of cycle. So this was during one of those months where I was in my hometown in New York, and me and all my hometown homies, some from my school, some from other schools, just people I knew from my hometown that just graduated, just like all my best friends, we were definitely wreaking havoc a little bit, okay? Like I was home for the month. We were definitely partying a little more than we probably should have been. But like we were all young, fresh out of high school, just living it up before everybody went off to college. And it was fun, I can't lie. Definitely some very fond, beautiful memories were made that month and that year. But yeah, this story isn't such a happy memory. Kind of is, kind of not. But yeah, anyway, this all starts off in the year of 2017. It was a regular evening. I woke up very late in the day. I had just flown back from LA like 2 days prior, so my sleep schedule was pretty messed up. I was still like on California time. So yeah, your boy, once he got to New York, I was definitely going to sleep a little bit late in the day. I'd be going to bed at like 7 a.m., waking up at like 4 p.m. It was not very good. But anyway, yeah, I woke up very late in the day. It was probably like 3 or 4 p.m. I wanted to do something. I was bored. I didn't want to be in my house all day. So I texted some friends of mine that were all just, had nothing to do and didn't have jobs or college at the time. So I just texted all those homies and I was like, yo, what are you up to? Yo, what are you up to? Just texted all of them at once, right? And I'd say like 90% or maybe 95% of them texted back and were like, yeah, dude, let's do something. So I replied to all of them and I was like, hey, so I didn't only text you, I also texted like everybody else. How about we all meet up? And they were all down for that. And yeah, like 30 minutes later, my one homie pulled up, then another one pulled up. And before I knew it, I had like 6 people at my house. And after everybody got to my house, we didn't really know what we wanted to do. Like, I didn't have any idea in mind, neither did anybody else. So we were just kind of like bouncing ideas back and forth. Like, my one homie was like, yo, we should go play laser tag. And me being like, 18 at this point and being like, oh, I'm an adult now and I'm so cool. I was just like, yeah, dude, laser tag. That'd be dope if I was like 10 years old. I said some bullshit like that. And looking back, I'm like, dude, what a lame thing to say. Like, you are never too cool for laser tag. And even my friend said that. He was like, dude, come on, you're never too cool for laser tag. And I was like, bro, nah, no laser tag today. Maybe another day. And then we started spitballing other ideas. My one homie wanted to go explore some abandoned hospital, but we'd already been there before. And like, we really didn't want to do that. So like, we end up just kind of keep throwing ideas around. And eventually, like 30 minutes later, my one homie, we'll just call this homie Alex. Alex has this idea. He's like, yo, so what if we go and we get some acid and then we take the acid and then we go to the drive-in movie theater and we watch the scariest movie that we could find. And I don't know why at the time that sounded like such a fun thing to do, because I'm looking back now and I'm like, dude, that sounds terrifying. But for some reason, 18-year-old me was so on board with it. I was like, dude, yes, that is what we got to be doing. And for some reason, all my friends were too. Like, everyone wanted to do it. And like, if he said something like, oh, like, let's take acid and then go like watch some like crazy psychedelic movie, I'd be like, okay. Or like, let's go listen to some cool album. I'd be like, okay. But no, take acid and go see the scariest movie at the drive-in theater, which, by the way, the drive-in theater was surrounded by woods, and you always just heard creepy noises anyway. So it was a recipe for disaster, in my opinion, but I was on board with it. So fast forward like an hour or two later, we all jumped into my homie's car. He had this like old Toyota RAV4 SUV, and it literally didn't even fit all of us because there was like 6 of us. So we had one person in the trunk area, like the back SUV trunk. We had 3 people in the back seat and then 2 in the front. And we're all just like bumping music on the way to this plug's house to buy some acid. And like, I hadn't done acid in a long time, so I can't lie. At this point, the anxiety was kind of starting to set in a little bit. And I was like, oh shit, is this really going to be a good idea? Like, oh no, like I'm having second thoughts here. And I'm kind of starting to second guess it, right? So I propose a plan B in case, this horror movie thing starts to go south. I was like, yo, guys. And they're all like, what's up? And I was like, if this horror movie shit starts making us have a bad trip, we should like, I don't know, go do something else. Like, I don't know, we could walk to somewhere nearby or like maybe go see another movie at another theater. And my homie who was driving, he was like, nah, I don't really want to do that. I'm not trying to drive while I'm tripping. And I was like, that's very fair. I don't think you should either. But like, maybe we could walk somewhere nearby. And then Alex chimes in and he's like, dude, fuck plan B. We're just going to commit. And if we have a bad trip, we all have a bad trip. I was like, Alex, do you not understand that we're going to be at a drive-in theater where like there's other people, like probably families and stuff around? Like, imagine if you were at a movie theater and you saw 6 people in the front row, like tripping balls and screaming when they rip their hair out or something because they're having a bad trip. And he goes, dude, I think that's fucking awesome. And I'm like, I hate you. Because he's just a troll. He was just trying to troll me. So yeah, we didn't have a plan B. We were all just committing to this. So we got to the plug's house. We bought all the tabs. And before we knew it, we were on the way to the drive-in theater. We got there at about, I think, 7 p.m. or something. Maybe it was 8. It was kind of towards when the sun was starting to set. We pulled up in a nice little spot towards the front. After that, we all took a tab, and then we all got out of my homie's car, and we just cranked the radio up so we could hear the movie, and we just kind of like laid there in the grass and just like started to watch this movie. Now, I looked up the movie that we were watching's length, and it was a 2.5-hour movie. So for half the movie, I probably wouldn't be tripping, and for the other half, I would probably start to trip pretty hard. So that actually made me feel pretty good because it means that I'm not going to be tripping balls for the entire horror movie. So that made me feel a little relieved. So the first half of the movie, it really wasn't that crazy. It was actually not that scary at all. But then the acid started to kick in, and I started to like feel a little something something. Now the good news is I didn't take enough of that stuff to make me like super trip out. I was just having some slight visuals, slight movement, slight patterns kind of thing. I was hearing things here and there, but I think that was just the woods nearby and like me kind of tripping myself out. So maybe they were real, maybe they weren't. I don't know. But I can't lie. I can report that watching a completely terrifying horror movie while you're tripping on acid is not the best idea. Because when that acid kicked in and I was actually finally starting to feel it, the movie definitely got a lot scarier. I don't know if the movie itself just genuinely got scarier in the second half or if like the acid was making it more scary, but it wasn't good. I was definitely being a pussy, okay? I definitely closed my eyes for a couple of the jump scares and it was a little bit much, okay? So, after this, the movie's over, right? I'm still tripping, my friends are still tripping, and we're kind of fucked because we don't really have any. Where to go, and my friend doesn't want to drive, which I completely respect. I don't think you should psychedelics ever because they make you see things. So we're just in this field after the movie's over. Half of us are shitting our pants because the movie just ended and it was really scary, and now we're in a dark forest, like pretty much. And the other half of us are like not phased at all. Like Alex and a couple other homies, they didn't give a fuck about the movie. They were not scared at all. I was kind of in the middle. I was definitely a little scared, but not like terrified like some of my friends were. So yeah, we're trying to figure out something to do, right? And my friend doesn't want to drive. So we end up deciding to ditch his car in the field at the drive-in movie theater and just like go to one of the nearby corner stores like 7-Eleven or something, buy some drinks, some snacks, walk around for a little bit, get our legs moving, and then we'll come back to the car and just chill there until the trip dies down, and then we can go and drive home, right? That was the plan. Well, we didn't really take into account how long this acid was going to last for. We thought it'd be like all the other times we tripped, where it'd just be a few hours, and like after that we'd be okay. But something about this acid, man, it just lasted a little bit longer than what we were used to. All of my friends, and me included, were tripping for like 5 straight hours. Now, don't get me wrong, we weren't like peak tripping the whole 5 hours, but like it was just taking a long time to like wear off. Usually, like within that time frame, it wears off to the point where we feel like almost normal again. But this was like pretty strong. So we end up walking to a 7-Eleven. We get drinks and some snacks. We end up sitting there on one of the benches outside for like, I don't know, maybe an hour, hour and a half. And then we ended up walking around the town for a little bit. We probably walked around for like 2 straight hours. And then after that, we went to a food spot nearby, like a 24-hour diner, and we ate there, even though we weren't even hungry. We just wanted to kill time. And finally, after that, my friend felt good and like he felt okay, and it had worn off at that point. So we went back to the car and we walked all the way back to the movie theater, the drive-in theater. We walked into like the little field area where we parked. And at this point, our car was the only one left in the field. We saw the last movie of the night. So after everyone left, it was just our car there the whole night by itself. So as we got closer and closer to the car, I noticed something. I saw that the back window looked shattered. Like it looked see-through, if that makes sense. Like the window wasn't there anymore. And I was like, huh. the window's probably there. I'm probably just seeing like an optical illusion or something. Probably just the acid talking, right? And then as we get closer, I hear my friend, the one that drove, go, yo, is my fucking window blown out? And then I was like, oh shit, okay, so we're both seeing that. And we approach the car, and the back window is completely shattered. And his car is just completely ransacked. Like, everything is missing. And, like, the glove compartment's open. There's papers all over the floor. Everything's missing, bro. Someone stole my hoodie, which pissed me off because I just got that hoodie and I really liked it. A couple of my other friends' hoodies got stolen. And then Alex, when he was looking around the car, he goes, oh, fuck. And I was like, what? What's up? He's like, bro, my phone got stolen. I was like, you left your phone in the car this whole time? He's like, yeah, dude, I just thought we'd be coming back sooner, so I left it in here to charge. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, wait, do you have Find My iPhone? He's like, yeah. And I was like, here's my phone. Type in your info, like sign in to Find My iPhone, and let me know where it pings. So he signed in, and we were able to track his phone's location. And it was in a house, like literally 2-minute walk down the road. If I had to guess, it was probably one of the movie theater employees that like saw that our car was there after hours and just like hit a quick lick or some shit, right? So at this point, we have a couple choices here, okay? We take our L, we cut our losses, we move forward, my buddy gets his window fixed, and we write it off as us getting robbed. Or option 2, we go and investigate the house that has Alex's phone, aka the house of the person that robbed us, and we get our shit back. Now, before I continue with the story, I just gotta say, if you're ever in a situation like this one, just call the fucking cops, dude. We could have just called the cops and probably had them go to the house and get our stuff back or like something, right? But us just being like stupid teenagers and just being super angry at the fact we got robbed, we wanted to handle it ourselves, which is a huge recipe for disaster. So yeah, try not to do that. But yeah, back to the story. That was the plan. We were going to go and essentially investigate where Alex's phone was located on the map. So that's what we did. We started walking to the location because, like I said, it was like a 2-minute walk. And before we knew it, we were in front of this one house. And where this movie theater was kind of towards the country a little bit. So, like, there wasn't very close neighboring houses. All of the houses had a good bit of land between them. So this location that the Find My iPhone took us to was just one house. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was an apartment complex or, like, a bunch of houses on a street and we didn't know which house it was. Like, this house was for sure the house of the person that just robbed us. So now we're like wondering what to do, right? We're like, all right, what are we going to do here? Like, do we call the cops here? Do we like break into their car and get payback? Do we knock on their door? And Alex goes, I'm going to knock on the fucking door. And I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, bro, it's my phone. Like, I'm getting that shit back. So he walks up to the front door. He knocks on it. And this like teenage girl answers the door, right? And I immediately recognize her. It's one of the employees that was helping sell snacks at the drive-in theater. And me and all my friends kind of look at each other immediately because we realize, like, oh shit, this is one of the employees from the theater. Like, she probably stole the phone, right? And Alex goes, hey, my name's Alex. These are all my friends. We were just at the movie theater you work at. We left our car there for quite a while, and it got broken into. And my phone in the car was stolen. And whoever stole it was stupid and didn't take the SIM card out or turn it off or anything, and we could just track it. And it's tracking to right here, your house. So if you could, please kindly return my phone so I don't have to call the cops. And this girl is like looking very scared. She's like definitely scared shitless. And she goes, yeah, I don't know anything about that. Like, I didn't take your phone. And Alex goes, okay, if you didn't take it, somebody in your house did. So just please ask them to give me my phone back. And Alex was being super nice to this girl. Like, I think if it was a guy that answered the door and he was like our age or even older, I think Alex would have been a lot more of a dick to them and probably tried to like fight them or something. But because it was a girl and like she looked scared, he didn't want to like press her that hard. He just wanted his phone back, right? So this girl keeps responding by saying she didn't know who took it and like she didn't take it. And like the phone pinging must be wrong. It must be the neighbor's house. Like, she just keeps lying to us, right? And all of a sudden we hear this guy's voice in the background behind her. I hear, who's at the door, honey? And this guy comes walking up and he's like probably 45 years old. And it was definitely her dad. And he comes up to the door and he goes, can I help you, gentlemen? And then Alex gets a little bit of a different change in his voice. He's like, yeah, so your daughter or you, I don't know who, someone in this house took my phone. It's pinging to this house. Like, I just want my fucking phone back. Please give me my phone back. And her dad ends up getting real defensive. He's like, don't you fucking say my daughter's a thief, and don't you dare call me a thief. We're the only two people that live in this house. We didn't take your fucking phone, so how about you get off my property now? And then Alex kind of matches his energy. He's like, how about I call the fucking cops and get you both arrested for stealing my shit? And the dad's like, you can't do shit. You have no evidence, blah, 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 blah. And while they're arguing, I decide to try something. I pull open my phone and I go to my contacts and I start calling Alex's phone just to see. Because they clearly didn't take the SIM card out. They clearly didn't shut the phone off if we were tracking it. I feel like it was on and I feel like we would hear it. So I decided to try dialing it. And as soon as I dial it, we start to hear Alex's ringtone go off right in front of us. It's literally in the girl's front pocket. And it was definitely Alex's phone because he had Chief Keef Don't Like as his ringtone, and that's what we heard. And Alex goes, I fucking knew it. You have my phone. Give it to me or I'm calling the fucking cops for you breaking into our car. And without hesitation, this girl takes the phone out and hands it to Alex. And her dad kind of looked at us with like this, oh shit, I was wrong kind of look. And immediately he starts apologizing. He's like, I'm so sorry for what she did. Like, what's the damage look like on your car? Like, please show me. And he walked back to the movie theater with us and like checked it out with us and saw that, you know, the whole window was broken. And this dude, being the good dude that he was, walked us back to his house, got his checkbook and wrote Alex a check for like $1,000 to replace his window. I don't even think the window replacement cost that much. He told him keep whatever was left. He also said he was calling his daughter's boss first thing in the morning to get her fired from her movie job because she can't be trusted around cars at night. So yeah, crazy. But yeah, this dad ended up being super, super chill. Like we ended up talking to him for like 20 minutes afterwards. He was telling us about how like he's a single father and he's been raising 2 kids. And how one of them just moved out, and now it's just him and his daughter, and she's kind of a problem child. And we ended up just talking about a bunch of stuff for a little bit. And in the end, he thanked us for cutting her some slack because she was only 17 and like she was still learning her way, essentially. So he was thanking us for not calling the cops on her, right? And we were like, yeah, no problem, like no big deal. And after we got done talking to him, he was like, why'd you guys leave your car in the movie theater grass for so long? Like, what's up with that? And Alex just told him the truth. He goes, oh, we were tripping acid. We didn't want to drive. And he goes, oh, yeah, I remember doing that when I was a kid. And this guy was just super chill. He told us a story about how he first took acid and like how it went. And yeah, we essentially like made friends like with her dad. It was just so crazy. Very weird turn of events. But after that, we ended up driving back to my homie's house, got there, kicked it there for like an hour or two. And then after that, I ended up Ubering home and just hanging out at my house for the rest of the night and just chilled. And yeah, we ended up going back to that movie theater like 2 weeks later, that drive-in theater, and that girl was not there. So I think the dad probably got her fired. But yeah, guys, that is the story of how I tripped balls with my homies at a horror movie and then got robbed and then made friends with the girl's father who robbed us. Yeah. Moral of the story is, guys, just don't be doing any of the shit I'm talking about in these videos. That's really the moral here. And don't steal from people either. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the story time. I hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed telling it. Leave a like on the video if you want more stuff like this. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys all later. Peace.
I'm staying up and you won't take my place. I made like 30 just a week ago and I'm not faced. I heard the song you dropped your cap and now I see your face. I made more money than you rapping, you a big disgrace. I'm on my feelings now, I'm feeling reckless. Yeah, I spent like 20